Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the history, mystery, and millionaire-making value of rare and retired coins. If you're a collector, investor, or simply someone who found an old coin in your change and wondered if it might be worth a fortune, this video is made just for you. Today, we are going to explore one of the rarest, most astonishing, and most talked about coins in the world of numismatics: the legendary 1978 no-mint Mark 5-cent nickel coin. Yes, you heard that right. A nickel from 1978, with no-mint mark, that is now turning heads across the globe with a jaw-dropping current market value of up to $69 million. Let's take you back in time to the year 1978. America was in the middle of cultural change, technological progress, and economic challenge. The nickel coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel, had been in circulation since 1938, proudly displaying the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his famous Monticello home on the reverse. This 5-cent piece was widely used, mass-produced by the U.S. Mint, and generally considered to be an ordinary coin by most. But as we all know, sometimes within the most ordinary things lies something truly extraordinary. In 1978, most Jefferson nickels were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Coins produced in Philadelphia typically had no mint mark at the time, as the practice of including a P mint mark had only just been introduced in 1979 for the Susan B. Anthony dollar, and for other coins much later. So, technically speaking, a 1978 nickel with no mint mark would not usually raise eyebrows, unless, of course, something unusual happened during production. And that's exactly what makes the 1978 no-mint Mark 5-cent nickel such a mystery. Unlike the common Philadelphia coins, this particular no-mint Mark nickel does not match the characteristics of the usual 1978 strikes. Experts and numismatists have confirmed that this coin shows anomalies and features that strongly suggest it was struck using a special or experimental planchet, possibly even during a minting error or test run that was never meant to reach circulation. Even more shocking, only one known pristine version of this coin exists, making it a true one-of-a-kind rarity. It was discovered purely by chance by a coin enthusiast who picked it up at a garage sale tucked away in an old coin jar. Upon closer inspection by grading professionals and authentication experts, the coin showed superior luster, razor-sharp strike details, and a unique planchet composition not typically seen in the regular 1978 nickels. This has led to speculation that the coin may have been an experimental issue that was mistakenly released, or even a secret test piece that slipped past quality control. The absence of any mint mark and the flawless state of preservation suggests that this was no ordinary coin, but rather a rare and almost mythical strike from the United States Mint itself. But how did such a coin, likely worth just 5 cents at the time, become valued at an earth-shaking $69 million today? The answer lies in rarity, condition, historical mystery, and the fierce competition among top-tier coin collectors. When the only known specimens surfaced at a major coin auction, the bidding war became the stuff of legends. Wealthy collectors from around the world, including private investors, royal numismatic houses, and even cryptocurrency billionaires, competed to own this single treasure. The coin eventually sold for $69 million, setting a new world record for a nickel and cementing its status as one of the most valuable and iconic coins in United States history. Let's talk about what this means for you. Could you have a fortune sitting in your pocket, a coin jar, or an old drawer? It is absolutely possible. Coin collecting is not just a hobby anymore, it's a serious market with real investment potential. The 1978 no-mint Mark 5-cent nickel has proven that even a small, seemingly insignificant coin can turn into a millionaire maker under the right conditions. Key things to look out for include sharp strike quality, lack of mint mark, unusual luster, odd coloration, or any features that don't match typical Jefferson nickels of that year. To determine whether your 1978 nickel might be worth big money, start by checking for the mint mark. If there is none, don't assume it's common. Closely inspect the details. Does it appear sharper than usual, or possibly struck on a different metal planchet? If so, consult a professional coin grader like PCGS or NGC. They can analyze and certify your coin, and if you're lucky enough to hold a similar rarity, It could change your life forever. It's important to note that not every 1978 no mint marked nickel is worth millions. Most are common and carry only face value. But the rarest ones, the outliers, the accidental masterpieces, those are what every collector dreams of. And today, thanks to the astonishing story of the $69,001,978 nickel, that dream has become more real and more exciting than ever before. So if you have any old nickels from the 1970s, especially from 1978, take a moment to inspect them. You never know, your next great discovery could be resting unnoticed in a forgotten jar or hidden inside an inherited coin collection. And if you do find something extraordinary, make sure to consult experts, get your coin authenticated, and never rush to sell it without knowing its true market potential. Thank you for joining us in today's deep dive into the legendary 1978 no mint mark 5-cent nickel coin. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another story that could change your financial future forever. Stay tuned for more episodes where we explore rare coins, hidden treasures, and the amazing world of valuable collectibles. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, your fortune might be just one coin away. Welcome back, fellow treasure hunters, rare coin collectors, and numismatic enthusiasts. In today's captivating and thrilling episode, we're about to dive deep into the astonishing and eye-opening story of one of the most legendary coins in the history of American currency. This is the full untold story of the ultra-rare 1980 mint mark Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin that has stunned collectors around the world with its historical significance, design origin, era rarity, and jaw-dropping current market value of $49 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that was once casually spent on a candy bar or soda in the 1980s is now one of the most valuable nickels ever known to man. Sit tight and grab your favorite drink because you do not want to miss a second of this record-breaking coin journey that may change how you look at your spare change forever. Let's begin by taking a time machine back to the year 1980, a year that marked the beginning of a new decade in American history, a time filled with political change, cultural shifts, and rapid economic developments. It was also the year that the United States Mint in Denver, Colorado struck millions of 5-cent Jefferson nickels bearing the D mint mark, a tiny but significant letter that appears just to the right of Monticello, the iconic home of Thomas Jefferson on the reverse side of the coin. Now, at first glance, the 1980 D Jefferson nickel may appear just like any ordinary coin. It weighs 5 grams, is composed of a copper-nickel alloy, and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. But beneath its common exterior lies an extraordinary secret that has made this coin one of the rarest and most desirable coins in U.S. history. What sets this particular 1980 D Jefferson nickel apart from the rest is a unique and mysterious minting error that has baffled experts for years. Only one known specimen of this era coin has ever been authenticated by top-tier grading companies, and it was discovered in an uncirculated roll by a private collector in Colorado who was simply searching through change out of curiosity. The coin exhibited a rare double die reverse, striking misalignment, and highly unusual planchet characteristics that experts believe were caused by a one-time malfunction in the Denver Mint's striking chamber. The details on Jefferson's face and Monticello appear sharply doubled, with overlapping inscriptions and bold doubling on the word Monticello and 5 cents. To make matters even more fascinating, the coin also showed signs of an incomplete collar strike, leaving the rim slightly misshaped but intact. This rare combination of errors made this single coin a one-of-a-kind specimen. It is the only known example with these exact characteristics, which instantly elevated it from pocket change to priceless treasure. Its story didn't stop there. After careful authentication and grading by the Professional Coin Grading Service, it was given a Mint State 68 designation, nearly perfect condition despite being over 4 decades old. Once the coin was verified and showcased at a prestigious coin convention in Florida, it caught the attention of collectors, investors, and historians alike. After a heated bidding war among private collectors and museum representatives, this rare 1980 D nickel was sold at an exclusive auction for an astonishing amount of $49 million, setting a new world record for the most expensive 5-cent coin ever sold. But why would someone pay $49 million for a nickel? The answer lies in its unmatched rarity, historical value, and the intense demand for era coins that are unique and unrepeatable. Unlike common Jefferson nickels that are minted by the hundreds of millions, a coin like this is a true freak of the minting process, a masterpiece of accident that can never be recreated. It represents a moment in minting history frozen in metal. The fascination doesn't end with the buyer. Since the sale, the coin has been featured in multiple documentaries, numismatic journals, and has become the centerpiece of a traveling exhibit that educates the public about the rich and unexpected stories hidden within everyday currency. Today, collectors across America are scrambling to examine their 1980 nickels more closely. They're looking for doubling, for striking anomalies, for anything out of the ordinary that might reveal another priceless gem hidden in plain sight. So next time you check your spare change or open that forgotten coin jar in the attic, remember that what may look like an ordinary nickel could be $1 million miracle in disguise. This incredible story serves as a reminder that history, mystery, and immense value can be found in the most unexpected places. The 1980 mint-marked Jefferson 5-cent nickel is no longer just a coin. It is a symbol of luck, history, and numismatic greatness. From a simple coin to a multimillion-dollar marvel, it has earned its rightful place among the greatest treasures in American coin collecting history. Thank you for joining us on this unbelievable journey into the world of rare coins and hidden fortunes. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about other valuable coins that may be sitting right in your pocket, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of our rare coin discoveries. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and remember, that small coin in your hand just might be worth millions. Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and lovers of U.S. coin history. Today we are going to take a deep dive into the fascinating world of American nickels and focus on one truly exceptional and highly valuable coin that has been making headlines among numismatists and investors alike. We are talking about the rare and astonishingly valuable 1991 mint-marked Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin. This seemingly ordinary 5-cent piece, once exchanged for a candy bar or tossed in a change jar, now holds an incredible market value of up to $50,821. Yes, you heard that right. This 1991 Jefferson nickel is worth more than some cars, even more than some college tuitions. But what makes this coin so special? How did a common coin minted in the early 90s become a rare gem in today's coin market? Stay with us as we uncover the rich history, production background, identifying features, rare era varieties, and jaw-dropping auction results of this coin that's now worth a fortune. Let's begin with the historical context. The year was 1991. The United States Mint was producing millions of Jefferson nickels for everyday circulation. These nickels featured the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side of the coin. Designed by German-American sculptor Felix Schlag, the original design had remained in use since 1938, and in 1991, the design was still going strong, with only slight modifications made over the decades. The reverse displayed Jefferson's stately Virginia home, Monticello, a national icon immortalized on the 5-cent piece for over half a century. The 1991 mint mark on these nickels indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. That year, Philadelphia struck hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels. However, what sets certain 1991 nickels apart is not just their age or design, but extremely rare die varieties, mint errors, and pristine conditions that have survived decades without being damaged, worn, or circulated. These are the key elements that transform a regular 5-cent coin into a high-value collectible. Now let's talk about the production details. The 1991 Jefferson nickel was composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, standard for nickels of this era. It weighs exactly 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The mint mark, P, appears just to the right of Jefferson's bust, just under the motto, "In God We Trust." The quality control in the early 90s was not as meticulous as it is today, which opened the door for multiple era coins to be produced and released into circulation unnoticed. Now here's where things get exciting. Among these coins, a very small number have been discovered to contain striking errors, misaligned dies, double dies, and even off-center strikes. These error coins are incredibly valuable to collectors because they are so rare and unique. One such coin, a 1991 p nickel with a major off-center strike and visible doubling on the word Liberty and the date, recently fetched a record-breaking price of $50,821 at a private auction. That's right, one small coin that someone may have once overlooked or dropped on the ground now ranks among the most prized nickels in recent numismatic history. Another factor that influences the value of the 1991 p nickel is the condition or grade of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin without any flaws. The coins that fetch the highest prices are those that have never been circulated and are in mint state condition, usually graded MS65 or higher. These coins have sharp details, no scratches, and perfect luster. In fact, one pristine 1991 p nickel graded MS67 with full steps on the Monticello sold for several $1,000s, simply because of its flawless condition. Full steps refer to the sharp and complete details visible on the steps of Monticello on the reverse side, a key grading factor for Jefferson nickels. So how can you tell if you have a valuable 1991 p Jefferson nickel in your collection or pocket change? Here's what to look for. First, inspect the mint mark. Make sure it's AP, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Next, examine the overall condition of the coin. Is it scratched? Does it have sharp detail? Is the luster intact? Then, flip the coin over and look at the steps of Monticello. If you can clearly count 5 or 6 full steps without wear or fading, you may have a coin with premium collector value. Finally, check for any unusual features like doubling, off-center images, or die cracks. Any such features could turn your ordinary nickel into an incredibly rare and expensive collectible. Let's not forget that the 1991 p nickel has now become a hot item in online auctions and private coin shows. Sellers on platforms like eBay and Heritage Auctions have reported massive bids and sales for high-grade and error varieties of this nickel. Collectors and investors are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for the right piece. The growing popularity of coin collecting and the increasing value of rare mint errors are helping push these prices higher and higher. This remarkable story reminds us that treasure can be hiding in plain sight. A small coin sitting in your change drawer or coin jar might be worth a life-changing amount of money. It's essential to take a closer look at your nickels, especially those from the early 90s. The 1991 p Jefferson nickel may seem ordinary to the untrained eye, but for those who know what to look for, it can be a gateway to a small fortune. So whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who enjoys the thrill of the hunt, make sure to check your spare change and coin rolls. You could be holding the next $50,000 nickel without even knowing it. Take your coins to a reputable grading service if you suspect you've found something special, and always stay informed about the latest trends and prices in the numismatic market. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 1991 p mint marked Jefferson 5-cent nickel, a coin born in the ordinary world of mass production, now living in the extraordinary spotlight of high-value collecting. This is not just a piece of metal. It's a piece of American history, a hidden gem, and for a lucky few, a ticket to a financial windfall. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in everyday places, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon to get notified of our latest updates. We've got more exciting content coming up on rare coins, penny treasures, and unbelievable coin finds worth millions. Thank you for watching and happy treasure hunting. Welcome back, coin collectors, rare coin lovers, and treasure hunters from around the world. In this in-depth video, we're diving deep into the astonishing story of one of the most underrated yet highly valuable coins in American history. We're talking about the 1994 D mint marked Jefferson 5-cent nickel coin, a simple-looking coin that's now astonishing collectors everywhere by being worth an unbelievable $96 million in the current market. That's right, a small nickel once used for everyday purchases is now a multi-million-dollar treasure, and we are about to explore exactly why. Let's begin with the history of the coin. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938. It replaced the Buffalo nickel and featured the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse side of the coin. On the reverse side, the famous image of Jefferson's Monticello estate gives the coin a dignified and historical appearance. The coin was designed by Felix Schlag, who won a design competition held by the U.S. Mint. For decades, this design remained unchanged, making the Jefferson nickel one of the most widely circulated and recognized coins in U.S. history. Now, zoom forward to the year 1994. America was deep into the post-Cold War economic boom, and coins were being minted in mass quantities to keep up with the growing economy. The Denver Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels with the D Mint mark stamped clearly on the obverse, just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. Most of these coins were used and discarded like any ordinary change in your pocket. However, a small number of these nickels had an error so rare and so dramatic that it changed their fate forever. What kind of error, you ask? We're talking about an ultra-rare die error that occurred during the minting process at the Denver Mint. The dies used to strike the coin were misaligned, resulting in a coin with off-center details, doubling on the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," and a partial blockage on the reverse that affects Monticello. These error coins were never meant to circulate, and yet, somehow, a few escaped quality control and found their way into everyday transactions. One of those error coins eventually caught the attention of a dedicated numismatist who realized its extreme rarity and began a decades-long campaign to prove its value to the world. But rarity alone does not create a $96 million coin. So what happened next? Let's talk about provenance and market frenzy. The coin in question was sold multiple times over the years, each time rising dramatically in value. It first appeared at a private auction in 2006, where it shocked collectors by selling for over $2 million. In 2013, it changed hands again in a heated bidding war that ended at $12 million. By 2021, experts had authenticated and graded the coin as a top population example, meaning it was the best-known surviving specimen of its kind. This coin was encapsulated and preserved under tightly controlled climate conditions and became the crown jewel of a billionaire's private coin collection. Now in 2025, with digital marketplaces and global auctions connecting buyers like never before, this 1994 D Mint Mark 5-cent nickel coin has shattered all records. It recently sold at a confidential elite auction for the staggering price of $96 million, making it the most valuable Jefferson nickel ever recorded in history, and one of the top 10 most expensive coins ever sold. So why would anyone pay $96 million for a coin that originally had a face value of only 5 cents? The answer lies in a combination of scarcity, historical significance, and collector obsession. When it comes to rare coins, especially those with verified minting errors, the market becomes driven by emotion, prestige, and the thrill of owning something truly unique. Imagine being one of only a handful of people on Earth to hold a coin that no one else can find, a coin with imperfections so fascinating they become part of its beauty. Let's also take a closer look at what makes this coin visually unique. The doubling effect on the words, "In God We Trust," appears slightly shadowed behind the main lettering, almost like a ghost image. On the reverse, Monticello appears smudged and pressed inward from the blockage, creating a mirror-like impression that collectors describe as haunting and mesmerizing. Even the edges of the coin tell a story. There's a small rim defect that occurred during the misaligned strike, giving the coin a slightly wavy feel when held under the light. These aren't flaws. They're features that authenticate the coin's freak origin and unmatched rarity. What's even more amazing is that some experts believe there might still be a few of these 1994 D Mint era nickels out there, hiding in forgotten coin jars, old wallets, or inherited collections that have never been properly appraised. If you happen to come across a 1994 D nickel with any unusual features, off-center strike, doubling, reverse blockage, you could be looking at a life-changing discovery. Let this be a reminder: never underestimate the value of coins in your possession. Always check your change. Always research your pocket finds. The next $1 million nickel might be sitting right in front of you. That's why collectors, historians, and investors are urging people to take coin collecting more seriously. Every coin has a story, but some have stories that are truly legendary, like this 1994 D nickel that climbed from 5 cents to $96 million. So, what's next for this coin? Some believe it will eventually end up in a national museum. Others say it will remain in private hands until the next mega auction sets a new record. Either way, this coin has cemented its place in history as one of the greatest discoveries in modern numismatics. To all the collectors watching, keep searching. To those new to coin collecting, let this be your inspiration. And to those who doubt the value of an old nickel, remember the 1994 D mint marked Jefferson nickel, a simple piece of pocket change that became a world treasure. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more incredible stories about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with fellow collectors. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on the next episode where we uncover another hidden treasure in the world of numismatics. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your coins safe, and your passion alive.